Wait a minute. Hear this.
Birdy num num. Birdy num num.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Birdy Num Num podcast. I'm having a good week. I hope you guys are also having a good week as I double check that this is recording. Yes, we had started a minute ago and then my phone alarm rang because I thought I would be napping. Anyways, my name is Sanjay Manaktala for the new listeners. And today I want to talk about keto in India, ketones, ketosis, losing weight and weight loss. This has been a theme of my life. I think pretty much since I was in high school, I have always not struggled with weight in the sense like, I'm like, body shaming and like, so big and I can't huff and puff. No, but I've always been, 5 or 10 kgs plus or minus where I would like to be. Either in high school, a little bit too skinny, but for the majority of my life, chubby, video game, eating Cheetos, made fun of, younger, which has scarred me for life. That's why I must make up for it. But basically always trying to be in the best shape I would like to be in. And now that I'm older, I realize the importance of it. And part of that is, of course, learning about keto. Now, for those of you who don't know what keto is a diet where you can eat bacon and chicken and butter and ghee. We love ghee. It's grass-fed ghee. I freaking hate how ghee has become the next ghee and haldi, which is basically cow butter and turmeric powder. The whites have taken it and they have added $19 in a markup price, put it in a nice glass bottle with like some string wrap from some atta case or something. So it looks like a horseshoe string or like a piece of hay, and it's super organic and super healthy, and it's 19. Dude, every time I see freaking turmeric powder, cleansing properties of this turmeric water in like Trader Joe's in America, it's $19 or even $9. You know what that's the equivalent of for my American listeners? You know what that's the equivalent of? That is literally taking a glass of water, adding salt or black pepper, and then being like, it's so beautiful. This is Himalayan rock salt. And dude, haldi is like literally 2 cents or 5 rupees or 50 rupees. And they're just selling it a teaspoon for $19. So that's the value chain, my friends, of the modern economy. But anyways, so for anybody who's struggling with weight loss and, I'm not saying you need to lose weight or being fat is bad. I've been fat. I am fat. Sometimes, it runs in my family, all good. But if you are looking to lose weight, you're going to come across keto. And it's so interesting because as with anything in society, we want it now. I want it right now. And I want to lose weight now. And that's what keto promises. I did keto for the first time in my life last year during my wedding. And actually, I did keto a year before that when I was proposing because I just wanted to see what it was all about. I was going to the gym. I was going to this cult fitness and, doing kettlebell classes where I swing them up and down, and they're kettlebells. I don't know why I'm talking like that a lot already. And so I did keto, and, for those of you who don't know what keto is, basically only meat, only like high fat foods, no bread, no roti, no rice, onions you got to watch out, no real, tomatoes once in a while, but no fruits, like basically anything that's just high in protein, low in fat. Sorry, high in protein, high in fat, but has like 0 carbohydrates. Keto is basically 0 carbs because eating all the other stuff like almonds will give you some little bit of carbs. And the idea is less than 20 grams of carbohydrates, your ratios, your macros, a day. And if you have fiber in something, you can subtract that. So it's called net carbs. And you guys can Google this, but basically, I was doing keto, dropped a ton of weight, like literally lost about, 10, 15 kgs, 25 pounds, was looking good, feeling good, pants were loose. I thought this weight loss thing, just like a get rich quick scheme, I have figured it out. I have cracked the code of ketogenic weight loss. And I knew going in that everybody gains weight. I had a feeling, let me just make sure. Okay. I had a feeling I would gain it back, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to lose like 25 pounds, give myself a buffer of 5 or 6 pounds, and I'll be good. And that's actually exactly what I did. And, my wife, fiance at the time, my wife hated it because she's vegetarian and I'm just frying up bacon everywhere. My friends were like, yeah, go for it. You look great. Oh my goodness. Awesome. And I felt okay after the first week. There's something called Keto Flu, where you kind of feel groggy because you're going to feel like crap. You think it sounds awesome, bacon and chicken, but nah, you want some freaking vegetables after a while. And you can eat spinach and cauliflower and like lettuce, I think, on keto fairly easily, and shredded carrots, I think, but I'm not sure about that last one. So was doing it, fought through it. You guys can Google all that stuff, about the basics of keto. And yes, within 2 months, a lot of weight you will drop. You will drop a lot of weight. Gained some of the weight back, went to America, proposed to my wife, had a good time, ate pizza and pasta and Thai food. Oh God, I love Thai food. Is the only thing I could eat every day. Like it's just the best. Prik nam pla, which is like that fish sauce. Anyway, so, gained the weight back and then, not gained the weight back, gained a few pounds back. But then one thing I noticed for me personally was I went off keto. I had lost so much weight that even with the buffer that I gained back and then being sort of health conscious and carb conscious and not, eating too many carbs after 5 o'clock, whenever I wanted to, I would order a lettuce wrap burger, not a burger. In the mornings, having oatmeal, not just toast and eggs, that sort of stuff. I was way better about carbs in the long term. But I noticed for my Indian body, like, in the West, how we say that, I think a lot of the millennials are like, oh my God, they have dad bod. Dad bod is in with the ponytail and dad bod. Dad bod is basically, like a slightly chubby, but not really obese sort of shirt off look, that, most of us will get after 30. But we as Indians, for most of our lives, we are born with uncle bod, I feel. Like, I don't know what it is, but our paunch, our gut, it's just way harder for us to get rid of that subcutaneous, if that's even the term, but it's way harder for us to get rid of belly fat, I feel, than white people. And of course, I am just making a generalization, but my generalization is based around having a lot of white friends growing up. And when they lose weight, it just like falls straight off. But when I'm losing weight, it comes like from everywhere, but down there. And that freaking paunch just doesn't go. It's just so stubborn, dude. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm your roots. I don't know why my belly talks like that. But so for me, when I got off of keto, I still kept a lot of the weight off and I was still exercising and I was watching it and I was drinking a lot of water and all that stuff. But for some reason, like my weight was down still, I lost 15, 20 kgs or whatever it was. No, like 10 to 15 kgs. Then I gained a few back and I had lost a lot of inches on my, on my jeans or my khakis or my trousers. But then when I only gained a few pounds back, I feel like all the weight just went to my gut because my pants started feeling a lot tighter, but the top of me was just fine. So I don't know if like my body did something with this whole fat burning thing. Or like, keto burns a lot of fat and you lose a lot of weight, but then when you gain it back, you just gain the fat in all the wrong areas because, my shirts were still feeling good, but my pants were just, I don't know what happened. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you, what to do with keto, but, for those of you who don't know about it, or for those of you who are curious about it, here's my take on the whole keto diet. And again, this podcast is about creativity and it's about life and it's about traveling and it's about art. And for me, a big part of all of that is feeling good, feeling confident, feeling positive about who you are in this world, but also not sugarcoating. Ooh, sugar. Yeah, you can't have that on keto. That's one thing you cannot do. And by the way, people on keto, when they're just starting, they're like, bro, I want this place has keto pizza and keto ice cream and it's in my net macros and it's so friendly and yeah, do all that. Okay. Spend freaking 600 rupees or $20 on a cauliflower crust pizza. Enjoy it. But those are all just mental hacks. Eventually, those are disgusting. You'll realize, and on your 9th, like cauliflower bread sandwich, you'll just be like, I'll just eat my chicken and broccoli. I'm over it. But do it it's a good way to get started. So here's my thing with keto, what keto taught me. Number one, I do not recommend anybody stay on keto. Again, not as a doctor. My wife is a doctor, but again, not as a doctor. But I do not recommend anybody do keto for more than 3 months, maybe 4 or 5. For no other point other than mentally, I think you'll go crazy. Okay. Keto is difficult to do. Yes, eating bacon every day is hard because you cannot mop that up with anything else, and you feel weird and you feel kind of gross, and you pee on these strips and you're like all excited that you're like in the zone or whatever. And the thing about keto is you start losing weight, but then eventually your mind is like, oh, now I can have, just one slice of pizza, or now I can have, just one beer. You can have whiskey, but not, beer has a lot more carbs. And eventually what you're going to do with keto, which is what most people do, and I've run surveys on my Instagram and this morning on my Twitter, which is here in the blog post, if you guys want to click that and see a bit more detail. But basically, everybody I'm talking to is like, yeah, it wasn't sustainable. Some people do keto. If you want to do keto and you are in these situations where you need to like do a movie role, or you have like, it's your wedding coming up and you want to look really good, or you just want to try it for the sake of trying it, try it for 2 months. Or if you have a last minute, I get it. We all of us put off things till the last minute. So if you want to do that, for sure, give it a shot and lose that weight in 10 days, 5 days. You could also starve, you know what I mean? Or do intermittent fasting, which is what I did. I did keto plus intermittent fasting, which is my last meal at 9 p.m. Didn't eat until 1 or 2 p.m. the next day. And the weight will just fly off, okay? But long term, as everybody on the social media polls had said, including myself, a lot of people gained pretty much all the weight they lost back. And a lot of people, as I lost the camera for 2 seconds, and a lot of people gained even more weight than they lost. Okay. So number one, you're putting your body through all this like cholesterol and high fatty stuff, but then you're not even keeping that fat off because in 6 months or a year, it's all back. Okay. But before I tell you, don't do keto, because you've already read this, you already know that you shouldn't be doing excessive keto. But is keto valuable? For sure. For sure. And I'll tell you why. Okay. I also quit alcohol and sugar, but that's a different episode for a different podcast because I need to scale my content properly. So one thing I realized when I got off keto is, wow, I did it. You know what I mean? Like when I was quitting drinking or alcohol, and that was the point of why I tried to bring it up. I just forgot. When I was quitting drinking, I had thought about quitting drinking for a while, but then I kept drinking. You know what I mean? Like I think in digital marketing, they say like market to a warm audience. So don't just try to be like, hey, buy a ticket to my show, or hey, buy my book, but slowly start to post stuff about your book or about your meal plan even, or whatever. And then people kind of remember, oh yeah, I saw this guy in the news feed a couple of times. He must be legit, whatever. And they're a warm audience. Then push to those people again. I did that with myself. Okay. So I knew I wanted to stop drinking because a lot of people, it's not that they want to stop drinking, it's they want to fix something in their life, get a girlfriend, get a promotion, stop wasting time, make more money. And so stopping drinking is a vehicle to do that, much like weight loss, right? Gives you more confidence, gets you more mobile, you get some compliments and all that stuff. So with the booze and with keto, I like kind of prepped myself. And then I didn't even do it cold turkey, which is a meat pun, keto pun. I didn't even do it cold turkey. I was kind of prepped, and then I go on the keto. Okay. And, I'm like telling my wife I'm starting on Monday, and, I'm slowly eating less and less, and I'm getting used to vegetables again and planning things out. And I do it. And, what I learned from being on it is, whoa, I can lose weight. You know what I mean? I'm probably not doing it the best way, but I can. Got all the comps, the compliments, all the nice pictures from the wedding and the engagement and all that stuff. And I was like, dude, I feel awesome, right? So it's kind of like a proof of concept, if you will, a little proof of keto. And keto definitely has a place. If you're last minute diet crashing, it's a form that, hey, at least people are saying there's nothing wrong with it, even though I still think there is, but it's at least one option you can use rather than just starving yourself and like fainting. And by the way, a lot of people who go on keto, I've learned, like they will you're only supposed to have 20 grams of carbs or net carbs. And a buddy of mine, Ahmed, who did the biryani anthem, so much irony, dude, talking about biryani anthem, which is full of non-keto friendly foods. I'll have the chicken biryani, no biryani, please, because I'm on keto. Yeah, thank you. Like he tried to do keto, but he had 0 carbs. Like he didn't even bite into like 3 almonds. So he literally just had chicken and eggs. And this guy fainted and he had to go to the hospital in like literally 19 hours. So it's not sustainable, but it's a proof of concept that really, really gets you in the zone. Because look, guys, here's the thing about dieting. Dieting, just like sales or marketing, is if you have a good product, dieting is literally eat less calories than you burn. You know what I mean? Did I mess that up? I don't know why it sounds ironic again. Yes, dieting is, you know what it is, dude. It's like you're going to burn 2,000 calories today, so eat 1,500 calories, so you're negative 500 calories, and within 7 days, you're going to lose 1 pound, 3,500 calories, and within 2 weeks, you're going to lose 1 kg, roughly, give or take, you know? And that's the beauty, but people don't want to do that because that takes time and nobody wants to lose half a kg a week when you can lose 2 kgs a week on keto. But here's the problem, all right? In the same 6 months, the guy or girl who has been losing half a kg a week is going to be losing 2 kgs a month. And after 6 months, that is going to be, mathematicians, hello, anybody? Yes, 12 kgs. I really hope I did that right. Looking into camera and doing basic math is very difficult, you guys. So yeah, is going to lose 12 kgs, 25, 26 pounds. And the keto person might have lost that within 3 months, twice as fast. But who do you think is going to have a much easier time when they have, that pizza once in a while or that burger once in a while and all that stuff? And I know, look, my friend Rajiv Satyal, he had a great quote during the first podcast I ever did, which is the Global Comedian podcast, which has been sold, by the way, to a big platform. So really excited about that. But he said something that has stuck with me forever, and nobody does it in our society, which is why the ones who do are going to do so well. Even I'm following this with this podcast, and that quote he said was, go slow to go fast. All right. In 6 months, doing a diet the right way, which is actually the most effective way, even from a capitalistic point of view and all that stuff, is way better than crash dieting for 3 months. And then in 6 months, you're back to zero. Because who's ahead? You did 3 months, you got the pictures, you got the swimsuit, you did all that stuff. You bought all these like skinny clothes. I'm guilty. Not this one. This is my like fat shirt. But like you did all that stuff. And then after 6 months, you wasted all that and you were just skinny for like a month and a half, versus the one who went slow to go fast and now is way ahead of the curve. And nobody does that, dude, whether business, whether body, whether whatever. So I think keto is super valuable because it teaches you a lot of things. I think keto is a very effective diet. I think keto will help you lose weight fast, and that's the reason it doesn't work. But let me know your guys' thoughts about weight loss and fitness. And ironically, irony again, one of you guys responded to my earlier podcast and sent me a meal plan, which is what I'm doing. So I am on keto this week. I'm on day 3 of day 7. I should be on day 4, but the day my wife left, we had to eat all this good stuff. So I smuggled all these. I didn't smuggle, but I brought all these avocados from America, and I am polishing them off like it's nobody's business. But I'm on keto for 7 days right now. Not a crazy amount of keto, but enough to be like, I'm shocking my body. And then on day 8, I'm going to reintroduce carbs again, that one of you guys sent me, whose mother put together a crazy meal plan for me. And I appreciate that. But let me know your guys' thoughts about ketosis, about keto. Did it work for you? Did it not? There's a blog in the link to this video or this podcast where I've got all the screenshots from people who responded to me on Twitter and on Instagram. Literally about, I think 600 on IG. And even though the survey is still going on right now on Twitter, about 150 people have voted. So trust me, guys, don't believe. Here's the problem with keto. Last thing I'll say before I tell you to like, comment, subscribe, and send me your questions. Just like I think Dave Chappelle or Aziz or some comedian said that you'll find one documentary to tell you Michael Jackson did it, and then you'll find another documentary to be like, there's no way he did it. You will find anything on Google that will support what you're looking for. If you are looking for a doctor who's going to say, yes, keto is healthy, you will find it. If you are looking for a doctor who's saying, yes, keto is horrible, you will find it. And technically, all of us live in our own echo chambers and we just hear what we want to hear. So I'm saying speak to the 5-10 people around you. Look at what's working. All right. Just like everyone is like, don't believe the news. Don't believe paid media. Love your neighbor. I say that all the time. Like everything is fine. My neighbors are loud, but like everything is fine. Right. So like get over it. Don't believe that everything is horrible because touch wood, I have not seen anything crazy happen, and I hope nothing. I know it does happen, but your day-to-day life is not as bad as people would have you to believe. And in the same way, keto is not this magical cure-all, but it has a place and it has a form. And I hope if you do it effectively. All right. So I've been Sanjay Manaktala, you guys. Sorry for the few days delay this week. Was busy with other stuff, but let me know your questions and do like, comment, rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher and all that stuff. And happy eating, folks. All right. See you later.
Num num. Birdy num num. Birdy num num. Birdy num num.